Welcome to the Kendi and Raybo podcast, episode 12, recorded in Kendi's box room.
Episode 12, right?
You calling this episode 12 already?
Well, I don't know.
You're very
You
ambitious.
called over to the house and you said, well, you sat in the bed. And I said, well, what's up?
Didn't even ring you.
No, will we
What
do
were you
an hour?
doing?
Will we do an hour? I was
were
having...
In with the constipation.
I was in the middle of me half an hour, Barry White.
There's nothing worse than someone calling to the house when you're on the toilet.
Oh, man.
Especially when the door's open and I could walk straight in.
I was enjoying. I was watching a bit of YouTube.
But it would have been worse now if I had rang the bell and you didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Because then the panic sets in.
I would have had to taper. You know when... You know that? No. I would have had to taper it off.
Oh, and then come back at it
Come
again.
back at it again later
yeah.
on. There's no satisfaction in tapering
No.
it.
Oh.
Absolutely no
And
satisfaction.
there's definitely
at
a
all.
decrease in cleaning as well.
Oh! Jeez, that's rotten. What a way to start. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you do have to pull back on everything like.
Oh.
Sitting at the front door looking at a pair of Mormons with a dirty arse.
Stop, man. That's Jesus. Stop.
Would you like to talk about Jesus?
No, I talked to a Vodafone fella. I could have done that for 30. Oh man, I feel rotten now, man. Half the parish knows ahead of Barry White.
But it's days away. Yeah. It's the middle of next week now when they'll know that.
Yeah, look, I would have had plenty more to
Can we kick into the beers immediately?
Yeah, kick into the beers.
Because I had a
immediately.
Turkish delight and
Dried up.
I could do with something now to wash it down.
Yeah.
I just had it too fast.
So we're going with the White Hag that we were going to drink last week until we drank
Yeah.
the gassiest of Aldi beer.
And we'd like to apologise to Faye Monaghan, who has wrote into us and said that the burps, with which we do include in the episodes, come across very loudly in her headphones as she's walking.
Sorry, Faye. Sorry, but what are we supposed to do though? We're drinking beer.
Yeah.
Like men.
Yeah.
That's what men do.
And as well, speaking of beer, her friend Gail Regan, she said, how do I get a shout out on the show? And I said, you get us beers. So she hasn't got us beers yet, but she got her shout out.
No, you flute, man. Don't be giving her a shout out.
She might be a kind-hearted woman now. She might go, do you know something? I got me shout out. I'll get some
Well, Gail,
beers.
the next time you see me, wherever it may be, put a pint of Smittix in front of me face.
You'll be happy then.
And we're good to go.
Right, we'll open
We
up.
have her on tick now. Like, we have Gail. We've given her the shout out before.
What did you call it?
On tick.
On tick?
As in, like,
I thought you said something else.
she owes us. What do you think
It
it
sounds a bit like tick.
No, but she owes us now.
She
So
does.
she's in our debt, like.
She is.
I tell you, Gail, I have no problem. I said it before, going back to prison. I'll kneecap you. You may buy us that beer now.
It was Colin Noon that got us the Belgian IPAs. And he also gave me an additional present yesterday.
Oh.
He said, we are badly needing it. There's a white box in my hand here, a small white box. What do you think this white box contains, Mark?
It looks like, what the hell, like a battery or something.
Right, we'll open up the white box.
Just very exciting.
Isn't it? He put this down in front of me.
Oh, I know what it is. Oh, that's marvellous.
A new bottle opener.
Fair play to him.
And
That's all.
this stays now in the room.
Yeah, okay, can't move from here.
This
Put it
can't move.
in my top drawer. But he gave us 2 cans. The one that time we don't need a bottle opener.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But it's this, we can appreciate it later.
That's great, man. Put that in the top drawer. It won't come out of there. That's not the top drawer.
I'm not going Fooster in the top drawer.
Just open it.
Right,
Jay's
right.
your lethal, boy. Here we crack these. Wished.
Cheers, Johnson.
Cheers.
Not much now.
Okay. So probably above any episode we've ever done, this is for sure the least prepared we've been coming
Worst
into a room.
prepared.
For so if this ever sees the light of the day, it's going to be the height of drivel for sure. Because you literally landed over and I was taking a Barry and said, "Come on, we record." Nothing.
Still very shook from Saturday.
Oh.
I had a wedding on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. So we talked about it.
Talked about the wedding.
How'd you get on? What?
They're
drink
hard
the
to do.
Did you drink the arse?
Oh, I drank the arse of it.
Well, look. Here's the thing about weddings now. You're into your 30s now.
Sorry, I meant to say that's nice.
I haven't drank it yet.
It's nice, yeah. Beer's nice. What we said about me in my 30s, every opportunity you get to tell people that I'm in my 30s and remind people that I'm older than you.
Late 30s, probably. Like, you're creeping on now.
Yeah. Nearly 35.
Yeah. Oh, man, you're on the way out. So, really, you're probably getting invited to a wedding every single weekend now.
I have about 8 or 9 this year.
Yeah, and that's kind of small. Like, for some people go to about 20 of them.
I know. I feel like I'm in Wedding Crashers, except I know people. Do you know?
And you're not having sex with anyone.
No, not a bit.
So, that's part of your life now, is weddings.
Yeah.
It's not quite part of mine yet.
It's just the amount of drink at it.
Yeah.
You start off, you come in after the mass, and there's drinks there, free drinks. So I tore into the bottles of Heineken.
Bottle of Beaujolais. A free Heineken.
Free Heinekens, yeah.
No, it's usually the
I
old
drank
bit of
4 of them.
Prosecco.
I think I drank all the free Heineken. There was no free Heineken left. I drank all the free Heineken. But then when you go into the table, then you're laced with wine.
Yeah.
So I went with the white wine.
Oh, yeah.
And I drank 4 glasses of white wine.
Oh, yeah, but it's beautiful. The free wine in a wedding. Because you will go, this is lovely. There's about 2.5 hours. I don't have to put my hand in my pocket.
That's very true.
And then I was at a wedding once where they put a bottle of champagne in front of everyone, a little mini bottle of champagne, and no one at the table was drinking it.
Yeah.
And I said, hang on a second, no. I could get away with the rest of the night without paying for a drink here. And I drank all the champagnes that were on the table. No, I was butchered at that wedding. No.
I'd say you weren't well at all.
Oh, man, I was turned over. I was absolutely... But I drank all the free wine and the free champagne. I did not spend £1.
Jeez, you're right.
You can't say... Did you just say that?
You're sorry, go take that out.
Did you just say that? That's an awful thing to say. Jesus Christ above. That's going to be out. Ray just said that I was, a right little devil at the wedding. I can't believe the words you just said there, man. That is
It's
terrible.
gone now. That word is gone. It's an hour and a half between when the meal finishes.
Yeah.
An hour and a half between when the meal finishes and when you get anywhere close to the band starting.
Yeah.
I find that hour and a half really torturous.
Yeah, but I'm not messing. We'd be set up for 20 minutes.
I know. But I don't understand what takes so long.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
But they turn the lights on in the Radisson.
Well, yeah.
So lights are on. You nearly feel like it's time to go home.
Oh, it's terrible when they do that.
And you're
as
trying
well.
to keep going. You're trying to power through, going that transition from the white wine over to the pints of Heineken.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a big round of tequila shots then had to try and wake everybody
Or
up.
an old creme de menthe.
Oh, creme de menthe.
A creme de menthe, man, sort you out after a dinner by. It is beautiful. It'll put the whole gastric system back in order.
Speaking of sorting me out,
Go on.
earlier in the day, there was a gentleman by the name of Gavin,
And he sorted you out.
and he was playing piano at the reception.
Oh, Gav Muldoon.
That's right.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
So
And was
Gavin
Queen
ended
Bee
it.
singing?
She was singing.
Oh, she's a
doing a
beautiful
fierce
singer,
job.
Michelle, yeah.
She was. And then he was taking the gear down himself, and one of the boys went over to Gavin. And Gavin says to me, he says, lads, I have something here that'll sort you right out.
He gave
If
you a
you're
lump of
hitting the
coke.
wall.
He gave you a lump of coke.
No, he didn't.
We have to say, Gavin he's a coke dealer, man. I know that's what you're about to say. It's about time someone said it.
You can't say that's defamation.
Defamation.
He can bring proceedings against you.
Let him proceed away.
No, Gavin pulled out a packet of Starburst.
Oh.
And out of the Starburst, he separated out 2 blackcurrants and 2 strawberry Starbursts.
Blackcurrant is shite.
And he handed Donica, that was with me, a pair of each.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we have the strawberry and the blackcurrant. And he says, now what you have to do is you have to eat them together.
Oh.
And you have to taste the sensation then.
Right.
So we did it. So 2 egots standing there at the fireplace in the Radisson with the jaws falling off.
Chewing the jaw yourself as you would with cocaine.
Because I have never ever in my life chewed 2 Starbursts at one time, or opal fruits for those of you who remember them. as
Opal
such.
fruits, yeah, I remember them.
And yeah, but it was taste sensation. Knocked ahead of me.
Yeah, but you're the old sugar rush.
Are you ready? Will we start the podcast?
Let's start the podcast.
Let's start the podcast. Podcast start here. We're going to go with some content that has been given to me.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, so you did come prepared then?
No, I got this on Friday night.
Irish shite.
I went down to the pub on Friday night and I told herself that I was just going down to get the band started, but I had in the back of my head that I wanted to get mouldy drunk very fast.
Right, okay.
So I went down to Fiddler's and in the space of an hour I drank 3.5 pints of Guinness and 2 packs of Tato.
The Tato knocked you.
Tato knocked
That was
me.
what took you
That
over
was the Tato and a bit of air when I hit the air out the back.
Can I actually address something here, Ray? This might be an intervention for you. And I'm sorry to have to do this, but I think this is probably the best forum to do it on, right? Every Wednesday, we go into Fiddler's.
Mm-hmm.
We get a pint.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a bag of Tato, cheese and onion.
I love a bag of Tato,
Right.
cheese and onion.
And you come back to the table.
I do.
And the smell... the smell of cheese and onion that is coming off you.
I am aware that when one eats a bag of cheese and onion Tato, it doesn't leave yourself very appealing for the night.
And it sticks to your hands and everything. You'll be smelling your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord above.
When do you be smelling my hands on Wednesday night?
I'd be smelling my own hands after eating them. It's rotten. I had to say that because everyone's been talking about it. They've all been telling me, look, will you say it to him? Like,
And you've said it to me now.
I've said it to you.
So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to wash my hands and face after I eat the cheese?
I want you to eat the cheese and onion.
Sometime earlier in the day where it doesn't bother you.
In the jacks, maybe. If that's okay.
Let's put cheese and onion potato eating boots
Yeah.
up inside in the pub.
Because it's a stupid crisp to have inside in the pub. Imagine if you're eating a bag of cheese and onion potato and then you want to go chatting up a young one. You go nowhere.
I don't know how I managed to get a girlfriend at all, to be quite honest with you, because I've been eating cheese and onion potato for a long time.
I know, so have I. I want pubs to bring back the bacon fry. And the pool table.
Pool tables are great.
Jay, but there's no pool tables no more inside in pubs.
No, it's just it's not making any money. You're better off putting up a jukebox on the wall. People throw money into it.
I know,
that's all their favourite songs.
They're so stupid, isn't it?
I love jukeboxes in pubs.
Do you?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah,
I love them because I get to go up and put on a rake of death metal or something and ruin the vibe for a solid 10 minutes.
That's the thing. Like, for the price of €2, you get to be a DJ in a pub.
Yeah, for the price of 10, you can do an hour.
Isn't it funny? Yeah, but isn't it funny though? Because you get to then choose the music that everyone in the pub has to listen to.
I think it's very democratic.
But it's not democratic.
It is. Anyone with money can be in charge.
That's called capitalism. That's the capitalist society.
Are you saying that the jukebox in the pub is a micro representation of capitalist society?
Yeah, it's
in the world?
it's actually like a microeconomic experiment, a jukebox in a pub, because the 1% get to pick all the music that everyone has to enjoy. Isn't that mad? We just came up with that. That's brilliant.
When you say about the 1% is normally the one fella that when there'll be one or two people that when you go then to put on a song, they look at you and go, I'm after putting €4 on that, don't touch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like the thing about a pub is that like okay, another super cut there. I said something about the demographic that goes into a pub that I couldn't say.
Cut funny. As you said it, I went, ooh, controversial.
No, as I said this, I went, shit, am I allowed to say that?
You're not.
Okay, so that was another cut there. All I'm saying is, bring back the bacon fry, bring back the pool table. That's all I wanted to say.
You're rounding that off nicely.
Also, the jukebox is a micro economy inside in a pub because it shows.
We'll be doing a special podcast on that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think it's a savage experiment.
We'll do a little bit of research.
I can't believe we came up with that there. That's genius.
It's good now. I'd say you'd have to look into it a bit more, see if it's actually true. But it has, there are parallels there, I'll give you that.
No, I'm not looking into it. I've made my decision.
That's it now.
That's it.
That's your manifesto sorted there now.
It's done.
You'll be running for council on that.
Research, man. Oh, there'll be pictures of me up.
Are you ready to start the podcast?
Come on, we start the podcast.
We are starting the podcast now. Now, anyway, I was in Fiddler's. I had me 3.5 pints and a bag of potato, which now I'm not supposed to eat anymore because it upsets you.
I was only vested, but it does. It's the smell of it knock you out.
I did got given out to them when I came home because I was only gone for an hour, and I came back, and I think I wasn't inside the door before she said from the living room, "You were drinking."
That's because you could smell the potato.
Women and their sense of smell.
Yeah,
shocking.
I know. Yeah,
she knew from the door that you could smell the Guinness. And I came in and I said, I might have had one. You didn't have one, you had more than one. I could smell it off you.
You had 3.5, and then you might actually, that reminds me of something. You might be able to shore something up for me, right? Mine and Nicola's relationship works because I will say to her, I'm doing whatever now and I'm going to be doing it for a couple of hours, so I'm just letting you know. And then she can't say, you never told me that. Do you know what I mean? Right? Which is probably the same as you. Because, if they think that you pull the wool over their eyes, that's where it gets a bit ropey. So anyway, months ago, I text Nicola after a gig, right, in Fiddler's, and all the boys were over below in McGargle's pub, right? Sean Riley, I think it might have been. Sean Riley texted me and said, come over. We're having an old drink here in McGargle's. So I text Nicola and I said, just finished the gig. I'm going over for a pint in McGargle's, right?
Right.
Now I got home about 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, right?
Respectable.
She said, where were you? I said, I sure was in McGargle's, I told you. And she said, yeah, you said you were going for a pint. And I said, I said, yeah, I went for a pint. She said, yeah, a pint. I said, yeah, but a pint isn't a pint. It's a load of pints. If you said to someone you're going for a pint, that means you're going for a skip of pints. When you say a pint in Ireland, it means you're going out, like.
Yeah.
Nicola took it too literally.
Right.
I got more just trouble.
But in fairness, though, it teaches us a lesson. We have to be very literal.
Yeah. I'm going to have 7 pints.
No, but you said, I'm going over to meet the boys for drinks.
Okay.
I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Depends on what the crack is when I get there.
Yeah.
Because in fairness, most nights out stick to that reasoning.
Yeah.
In that I'm going out tonight for a pint.
I don't know where it's going to go. Yeah.
I don't know where it's going to go. It could go I could have 2 pints, hate the place, and go home.
Yeah.
Or it could be 8 pints, 4 shots, and a creme de menthe.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, you've turned me, Ray. Nicola, from now on, I'm going to distinguish.
I think we just need to be honest. But then, as I said, it's a double-edged sword. If you do tell them what you are going to do, I'm going over to McGarrigles, we say in your situation, and you said, I'm going over to McGarrigles, I'm probably going to drink 4 or 5 pints and rock in home, drunk, and jump in the bed at 5:30.
Yeah.
She would have used that time when you were away to get more and more sufficiently annoyed about the fact that you didn't come home after the gig.
Yeah,
You're supposed to come home. Like even there this evening coming over here. I was supposed to be over here at like 4 o'clock. Sure, I got stuck watching Star Trek. And the worst thing is, I actually lied to her. When I texted her the day before we started recording the podcast, I texted her and said, sorry, I got late over to Mark because I fell asleep on the couch. There was no sleeping at all done.
But what difference did it make?
But why am I lying?
Yeah, why didn't you want to tell her about Star Trek? Are you embarrassed?
No, but there was nothing wrong with telling her there was Star Trek. I just felt like I had to try and make a good enough case to explain why I went over to Mark's 2 hours late, and now I'm missing out on quality time with her because she's home from work at 6.
Yeah.
So now it's what now? It's 6:40 now. So this is bad.
Yeah.
So she's getting more and more annoyed.
Ray, we could help some people here now.
No, we can't even help ourselves. We're in as much bother as everybody else. I don't think we have any right to give anyone advice.
Lord.
All we can do is share our experiences.
Yeah, we can share our
with
experiences.
others, and hopefully it'll make people feel a small bit less like they're dealing with a shower lunatics.
Yeah, maybe. We're just normal people too. But look, I mean, if you want to send us in a bit of advice, I'll happily give you advice on how to deal with this. No problem at all.
Are we doing this agony aunt thing as well, are we?
Yeah, an agony Kendi and an agony Raybo.
Jeez, this is rip-roaring content here now.
This is the height of stuff, man.
Will we start the podcast?
Well, let's start the podcast.
Let's start the podcast, lads. As I was finishing me 3.5 pints in Fiddlers.
Jesus, that was ages ago. Holy shit, man, we've been rambling. Go on.
I got some text messages on the messenger, the Facebook messenger, from young Stephen Cahney.
Aye.
Now, Stephen is a young gentleman from here in Sligo.
A beautiful man.
Beautiful man, plays in a band or two. Aye. Sings a few songs.
He does.
He'd be a hard fan of Kurt Cobain.
He would.
He would.
He does often impersonate him.
He does a main impersonation of him.
Yes, he does.
But he sent me some messages because he was enjoying the first few episodes of the podcast. And he gave me some ideas.
Right.
And me with the few points on me, I was enjoying these ideas.
Hang on, no, you tell him this format's working, man. Tell him go away and shite.
No, I won't. Tell him the truth. I told him we're stuck. We're at number 11 or 12 and we're in right trouble.
Stephen, please help us, man. Please help us.
So he did say he'd come on board as a writer if we were stuck. But anyway, we'll try his initial submission first. Go on. Are you ready? And I'm going to literally read it after what he sent me.
Okay, I won't interrupt you then. You go with that.
Well, no, it's a number of questions.
Oh,
and we're just going to get into them.
All right, okay. I didn't know what this was. We are so shite and prepared for this, man. I haven't a clue. Go on, anyway.
Here's an idea you can do for your podcast. Are you ready for question number 1?
Okay.
What are your top 5 biscuits? I read these and I was going, this is class.
He is a marketing genius. Where did you get him?
Go on.
Top 5 biscuits.
Don't think about it too long now. From 5 to 1.
Okay, 5
right.
to 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's harder. It's harder. I know what my top is. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to go 5 to 1.
You got to give me at least 10 seconds. It's hard. I love a Mickey Doo.
What?
A Mickey Doo.
What's a Mickey Doo?
A Mikado. I love a Mickey Doo.
That's the Mikados now are the ones with the jam on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, geez, they're gorgeous.
Would you ever do a Mickey Doo sandwich?
No.
Where you put one on top of the other?
Oh, I do. I love it. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's a Mickey Doo.
Is it in number 5?
Yeah.
Right. In the number 4?
I know my top 2 already now, so this is awful annoying.
This is tricky now.
What else have we? I'm trying to think them through. Oh, do you know what's going with a cup of tea, boy?
Go on.
I know, ginger nut.
Oh, rank.
Yeah, that'll do a number 4. Because you're putting me under pressure.
You're so different to me.
Yeah,
There'd be 2 biscuits I'd never pick up in the shop.
But this is the thing, as I go down the list, you're going to realise that, look, if it's not broke, leave it alone.
Right.
So there's 2 now.
When in number 3 then so?
Number 3, would you call it an Oreo biscuit?
I suppose you would, yeah. Bit of a late comer to the biscuit affair.
Yeah, it's taken over though.
Right. So you'd like an
I go
Oreo?
with the Oreo. I do enjoy an Oreo. Now, the top 2.
Top 2.
Number 2, Ray. Viscount. Or a Viscount, as people pronounce it wrong.
A Viscount.
A Viscount. A Viscount, I call them.
I call them Viscounts too.
And I'll tell you what, I said this about me mammy before. She said that when you get stuff in Aldi or Lidl, she'd come to me and say, geez, the very same as the real thing.
I'd eat sand sooner than I'd eat a Viscount.
You wouldn't eat a Viscount?
No.
Man.
Mint. I don't like mint. Mint is disastrous.
No, it's lovely. I got the Viscounts in Aldi, and they are the very same as the proper Viscounts you get. They're actually nicer.
And what's your number 1?
Number 1, Ray, is plain and simple, and I'll chocolate digestive, and you dunk it into your mug of tea.
But what type of chocolate digestive?
I get them in Aldi. They're beautiful.
Oh, I know the ones. They're
and
nice,
let me tell you,
yeah.
without calling them out, the
Right.
ones in Lidl are rotten.
Go away.
They're terrible. They don't taste the same at all. I think the ones in Aldi are unbelievable.
My top 5 biscuits,
Go.
in descending order,
Go.
is
5.
in at 5. Jesus. Well, the first one that came in mind there was an Elite.
Ah, you're gone. For God's sake, Ray.
I
It's
know
not
they're
Christmas.
very fancy biscuits.
Jesus, fair fancy you buy.
Yeah, an
Elise at number 5. They're shite as
Maryland cookie at number 4.
well. What?
Yeah,
What's that?
Maryland cookies.
Oh, a Maryland cookie. Okay.
How is it different? I said Maryland and you said Maryland.
Well, because it's pronounced Maryland.
Oh, all right, it's Maryland.
Maryland.
That's Maryland cookies.
A Maryland cookie. I wish I said that one. It got me excited.
Oh
now.
yeah, so that's
Shit.
so an Elite Maryland cookie.
Yeah.
In at number 3.
Yeah.
Oh, have it. Wait a second now.
Come up.
Oh, fig roll.
Oh, fig roll! I'm so excited. This just gets me so excited. I love a fucking fig roll too.
Fig roll, yeah. A fig roll, it's the ultimate after delight for after a bit sausage sandwich. If you have a sausage sandwich, a fig roll is the ultimate thing to have after. Try it, folks, at home. Get yourself a sausage sandwich. Any sausage. I say Mallin's is your best bet. Go for a Mallin's sausage sandwich on Brennan's bread,
Yep.
wholemeal, and then have a fig roll or two after it. I tell you,
reckon?
it'll take the sausage right out of your mouth.
Oh, you can't get the sausage out of your mouth, boy.
In at number 2.
Go on.
Number 2 would have to be a Jaffa cake.
Oh,
A Centra
I
Jaffa
contemplate
cake.
this.
A
Yes.
Centra Jaffa cake.
Way nicer than the
king
McVitie's.
of all Jaffa
Yeah.
cakes. Let your Jacobs and
Yeah.
your McVitie's, let them go and shite.
Jacobs and McVitie's, or
Yeah.
whoever make the normal standard Jaffa cakes, can go and aid a
Yeah,
shite
they need to go and talk to Centra,
Yeah.
Aldi, Lidl, all the cheaper Jaffa cakes.
and find out how they're doing it.
And find out what they're doing and find out where they went wrong all them
Yeah.
years ago.
I contemplated the Jaffa cake, man. It's a beautiful fucking biscuit.
And I have to say, in at number 1, chocolate digestive.
Yeah, I knew
McVitie's
it.
though.
You go with the McVitie's.
I have to go to McVitie's, yeah.
Would you do the double choc?
Oh, if it's there, it's normally about €1 cheaper than the other ones.
Is it?
Yeah,
'Cause
for
it's
some
on
strange
offer.
reason they can't sell them.
So they're on offer all the time.
Yeah, because people do be watching their weight. They don't be getting
I'll
double
tell you
chocolate.
why. Yeah, but I'll tell you why they can't sell them, Ray. Because Irish people want to be left alone and eat what they're used to eating, which is the chocolate digestive.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm telling you, we both had the same one at number 1 there.
That's
There's a
nice.
reason for that.
That
like.
just shows you.
You
We're
can't
diverse,
beat
but
it.
we're the same.
If it's not broke, leave it alone, boy.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, man, that got me pure excited. Look
Well,
at
this
me.
one's going to be shorter now.
My blood is boiling.
We won't go top 5 in this one. We'll go top 3.
Stephen Candy, fair play to you. You're just getting the two boys pure riled up.
Top
Go
3
on.
crisps.
Yeah, top 3 crisps.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Or do you want to go top 5?
No, top
we have
3
to
crisps.
day? Right,
no,
top 3.
No, but crisps now is my specialty more than
Oh,
biscuits.
very nice. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
No, what? Yeah, you can go first. I know what my 3 are already.
Walker's King, Tato.
Lovely.
That's me.
No, but would you not go into the more detail of what crisp like you would like to eat?
Oh, flavour.
Yeah, flavour.
Which is nothing. Then you'd be top 2. Salt and vinegar.
Well, yours is
cheese and onion.
No, but okay. Well, look, I'll tell you what I mean by that. Right.
Right.
I'm a connoisseur of the crisp, man. I do get. I don't buy a bag of crisps. I buy 2 bag, and I buy 2 different bag to change the flavour halfway through the car journey.
Oh.
So now
I never heard anyone doing that before.
I will get a cheese and onion, right? And that is my number 3 for sure. Tato cheese and onion.
Right.
Is-
You wouldn't be inclined to go Walker's or King.
No, I would. Not Walkers anymore. They changed their flavour and wrecked the crisp.
They're
right?
only good with a Subway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
A Walker's
that's another
baked.
thing.
That's a Subway thing.
I was going to say that
Yeah.
when you're eating a sandwich, you can't eat a sandwich without a lump of crisp beside it.
Yeah.
And hunky dories are the ultimate crisp to have beside your sandwich.
It is a hunky dory. The one with the ripples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the one to have beside your sandwich. It's
Yeah.
the only one to have beside your sandwich, right? Number 3, Ray,
Yeah.
is the Tato.
Yeah,
Right?
right. What's
cheese
number
and
2?
onion. Now I wouldn't eat it in Fiddler's Creek when there's a load of people around me, right? But
That's a dig.
my number 2 is a bag of meanies. I do love a bag of meanies because it's pure
Oh.
light. It's pure light.
Puck.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Rotten.
No, will you come out
You
for
put them in your
rotten?
mouth and they just evaporate in your teeth.
Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, yeah.
And I'm picking them out of my teeth for hours
Yeah.
after.
It's a
Eva
bit of
does
crack.
offer me a meanie, would like a meanie. And sometimes she'd insist I take one.
Yeah.
And my mouth wouldn't be the same for about an hour after. I'd have to
know.
go brush my teeth twice.
The hot lips are worse for that as well, boy.
Don't tell
Hot
me they're
lips.
number 1.
No, they're not number
No,
1.
what's number 1?
Anyway, number 1 is.
Don't say Mighty Munch.
I'm not going to say the Mighty Munch. Walkers, not the cheese and onion because they change the flavour.
Right.
Prawn cocktail.
Oh, you love it. But
Oh,
you've said that before now.
my
You enjoy a prawn cocktail.
Christ. I don't know how to do it. It is the nicest. I'm actually.
So I'd get you in the car with
I'm
a,
salivating now
with
thinking
a,
about
with
it.
a prawn cocktail. We'll go up to Caltra after
Yeah,
this now.
lovely. Thanks, man.
You'd be sitting there with the prawn cocktail and halfway through you'd tear into the cheese and onion. or the
no,
meanies?
no, I do the cheese and onion first, right? Because the prawn cocktail is the crescendo.
The pièce de résistance.
So this is what I do on my car journeys. I go in to a shop.
Yeah.
I get a bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
Turkish Delight, and then I get the cheese and onion tato and the Walker's prawn cocktail.
Right.
And I ate the cheese and onion, right?
Right.
Because they're just a normal cheese and onion bag. Then I ate 4 squares of the Turkish,
Jesus.
right? And then I'm there, right? And I eat the bag of prawn cocktail. And then
You go back.
I ate the last 4 squares of the chocolate then as well. All whilst taking mouthfuls of Coca-Cola in the middle of it all. I'm going to have diabetes. I just know I am.
And as you said yourself, you've noticed that the shirts have gotten a little tighter around the
Yeah, I
neck.
know.
You can't get the little arsheen into those jeans anymore.
Shit. I know, that's I have to stop. Like, if there's any dietitians out there,
That's just going to say, if a
nutritionists or
doctor or anyone's
doctors,
listening to this, they're going, what is wrong
is that
with you?
bad?
It is bad.
Is it bad? Like,
We're moving on.
go on.
We'll stick to top 3 because time restraints. Your top 3
sure.
hangover cures.
Oh, shite. I know what number 1 is. Top 3 hangover cures.
Yeah. What do you do
Oh.
when you're real dying?
Okay, Lucozade
Yeah.
is... I'm not going to put it at number 1, but it's up there now. I might put Lucozade at number 2 now. Let me
Grand.
think.
What about 3 then?
So you're throwing this on me now.
I'll tell you one.
Go on.
A BLT sandwich.
No.
No.
A BLT.
Yeah.
Come out of it. Let us. Rabbit food. Jesus. Ray, you can't be eating rabbit food a hangover by. Come out of it. That's too healthy.
Right.
I know what my number 1 is, and it's not a fucking BLT anyway.
What is
I
it?
know. I had number 3 there in my head as well.
It's a straightforward
Oh.
try, isn't it?
Number 3
Right.
is a film where you don't have to think.
Okay.
So a stupid film that you can leave your brain outside the door,
Right.
right? So I'm talking action films, Mission Impossible, Police Academies, all those things. Turn
Right.
off the brain.
Right.
Unbelievable for a hangover.
The Bourne Legacy. All them Bourne
all
films.
the stuff where there's no plot, like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be watching Making a Murderer now when I have a hangover because you have to think too much.
Right.
Right? Now, number two is the Lucozade.
Yeah.
Now, they changed the flavour of the Lucozade now and it fair vex people, right? They
think-
cut half the sugar out of it.
Right.
And Diabetes Ireland, right?
Big shout out to the lads there in Diabetes Ireland.
Diabetes Ireland were on the radio giving out saying that we recommend Lucozade to people who have diabetes to keep their blood sugar high.
Well, they were
And
saying
now we can't do it no more because you have half the sugar in it.
Ah.
And they were saying, this is a disaster.
I never heard that.
That's the truth. No, I heard them on the news talk. Number 1 is an
Number
old
1, Mark Kennedy's number 1 hangover cure.
Chinese.
No way.
I swear, you and your BLT, man, you may go and shite. A Chinese is the best cure for a hangover you'll ever have.
What time of the day would you have that at?
You'd have to be having it while you're sitting on the couch. And let me tell you why. You want to order it and not drive and guess it.
You want some man to drop it over to you?
It has to be dropped to the house.
Right.
And you have to make sure that you are willing to be stuck to the couch for 4 hours after you've eaten it.
Oh, so you have to have that space in your schedule.
Yeah.
Top 3 TV shows when you were a kid.
All right, okay. I have to think back.
I'll tear into this.
Yeah, you can tear into it. Yeah, I have to think back. I
I don't know what order to be in.
Okay.
I'd have to give Looney Tunes a shout out.
Would
in
you?
all their them little 5-minute shorts.
Yeah.
Now you see, I'm very old now, so that would have been all the
Yeah.
and Animaniacs.
Do you watch it in black and white?
I'm a
didn't you?
massive fan of Animaniacs.
Oh, Animaniacs was good. Yeah.
Animaniacs was just
Yeah.
marvellous.
Yeah.
What else though then?
I actually have mine now.
Captain Planet was enjoyable.
Yeah. I don't know what Captain Planet is.
You know what Captain Planet?
No.
No.
I didn't watch the 70s TV, Ray. It's not. I just.
Thanks. Go on. What's yours?
No, you have to get another one. Oh, Captain Planet, you said.
I think so. I might think of more here.
This is great. This is actually adjusting my head. It's actually woke me up, these questions.
Right.
Seriously, because it's making me think like vigorously.
Yeah.
Number 3 was for sure The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I was fond of that too.
Right?
And it's on now and I can't bring myself to watch it.
I watch it still.
Do you?
Very good.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched a bit of it, yeah. I don't remember any of that stuff though. It's too long ago.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo was marvellous. It was
Yeah.
a marvellous show.
What do you call
The Brainy and the Bunch, or whatever it was called. The
what?
Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky the Brain is Animaniacs. But then again, they had their own
Yeah.
spin-off, didn't they?
Yeah, they had the two of them, just the two of them, yeah.
Fair play to them.
Yeah.
It's great that they had the star power to get their own show.
No, but we're missing the biggest one. I'll tell you my number 2 and then I'll tell you the biggest one that we're forgetting. It's you won't have watched this.
All right,
Right?
okay.
But you can't mention childhood TVs.
Go on.
Especially for kids in their 20s without mentioning this one. Number 2.
Moscow.
No, number 2 was Saved by the Bell, right? I
Oh, yeah.
loved Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
It was
Many's
absolutely.
a good evening
You
watching that.
started out with nothing, now you're coming to something, now you got to get together on time. By the time I left the books and gave myself the looks, I knew I wouldn't get to school on time. That one.
Oh, yeah, I remember it, yeah.
That was a great one. Number 1
Go
is
on.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That took over the world in
It
the
did
early
admit,
noughties.
yeah.
It did. It
Yeah.
took over the world in the early noughties. And then the Pokemon cards came out. Like
And they're still going.
that was the Fortnite of my childhood. Pokemon cards.
Do you remember when the game came out where you could play it on your phone or something?
Yeah.
People were getting it off.
Pokemon Go.
Walking around parks late
Yeah.
at night, getting robbed and stuff.
Yeah, it's still there's still people who are still playing it.
Now, I like this one now. Top 5 things to keep you occupied when you're in the jacks.
So when you're having a Tom Hank. No, not a Tom Hank. I meant to say a Brad Pitt.
I would presume that would keep you occupied enough.
I meant to say a Brad Pitt or a Barry White or all them. I gotta stop with these. When you're having a shite, what keeps me occupied?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to be reading a shampoo bottle.
That's what he said in the message. He said,
Is
well,
it?
is it reading shampoo bottles or bottles of bleach?
No, that's funny, man. I used to read the shampoo bottle. Yeah,
You did not.
yeah, but that's what used to happen. You
Is it any wonder you turned out the way you did?
There's no top 5. Like, yeah, I go on my phone,
What do you do on your phone?
but I don't go onto Facebook or Instagram.
No.
I go onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm doing that, 40 minutes isn't long enough.
Do you find that?
I do it, and then so I do,
Yeah.
and then I do settle myself, and I do. That's a half an hour that no one can take off you. Now you nearly took it off me today by bursting into the house.
I'm sorry, were you at the end of it?
I didn't need to taper or anything like that. It was all done. But if my phone rings, I can actually go, no, I'm not answering that because I'm actually in the middle of a curly Sue. I'm not answering that phone. You know?
Yeah.
So I'll stay in there as long as I can. And I'll watch old videos on YouTube.
I find myself watching stuff, all right. I
Yeah.
find myself watching bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And reading stuff. It'd be great reading the old history and whatnot. Do you know, launching into Wikipedia and getting lost in it.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is though, you get distracted because you could be 10 minutes done,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
and then you go, what am I at? Why am I
Yeah.
still sitting here?
Yeah. But
And then out of nowhere, another poo will come. And you're going, oh! And then you nearly think you got one over on yourself. Because they go, now, you would have surprised me with that now. I would have been out of here a half an hour and I would have needed to go again. All because of this phantom poo that lands a half an hour after.
Ray, like, how far downhill have we gone that we have talked about shite so much on this episode? We're losing it by.
I'm debating whether or not to tell the ultimate story.
Okay,
It's in relation to poo.
but then you have to tell us.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think I can.
Ray, you've already told a story on this when you shit yourself on a stage
I
playing
know.
music.
This is worse.
I've
I can't tell it.
No. Ray, okay, well, look, if yours is the ultimate story.
I've been years trying to come to terms with telling the story.
Okay, well, I'll tell one first if you want to, because I have a poo story too. And then
Are we going to exchange poo stories?
we're going to exchange poo stories, lads.
Episode 12 could be the best
Because
episode ever.
You reckon yours is unbelievable, right?
It's not unbelievable. It's terrible. It's
Okay.
not something that,
Okay,
that
well,
I should be.
mine is almost terrible, so I'll tell mine. Obviously, I am the pinnacle of confidence in a young fella, right? And I'm obviously a marvellous young fella, bestowing knowledge and did you just shout yourself?
I just thought it was the perfect thing to do when you were going on rambling there.
For God's sake.
Sorry, go on. I don't
Anyway.
mean to interrupt you.
Look, fair play to me. I've turned into a fine young fella is what I'm trying to get at, right?
Yeah.
But they might not have been that way, Ray.
Oh,
Because when I was in first year in school, right?
Yeah.
First week, nerves like were kicking in. We had just joined a school where there was both girls and boys in the same school as well.
you've never been around the girls before.
Yeah, puberty was bursting out of me,
Right.
right? Coming out through my ears. I didn't know what was going on. And social pressures were also there as well. I have to make sure nothing happens to me now on my first week of school that might actually ruin the rest of my school time. So you're
Right.
trying not to get embarrassed and
Yeah.
different stuff like that. Sports day, first week to get everyone to know each other. I was saying lovely. I was good at sports when I was a kid. I was saying this is marvellous. I'm going to show everyone my physical prowess and my masculinity by winning this race.
What was a race?
There was a race first thing.
Right.
100-meter sprint. I went in, I put on the O'Neills, JA shorts, I put on the running shoes.
You didn't leave the tracksuit jacket on, no?
No, I didn't like you. No, I didn't.
You can go with the cape.
So, no, I didn't go with the cape. I was dressed to the nines like, yeah, I'm actually one of the big dicks in this school. I'm like a sports guy.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to run this. I'm going to win this. I'm going to get the roses thrown on me. It's going to be marvellous.
Yeah.
I put on the O'Neill shorts, right? That day, because the nerves were so bad, this is genuinely true, because the nerves were so bad, I had an awful upset stomach, right? I was nervous going into first year in school. I did the same thing that you done upon the stage in Fiddlers. I said, I have to let out a little bit of a fart here. And I let it out. And I knew I was gambling.
Because
right?
you always do.
Right?
You know you're gambling.
Yeah.
Go on.
So
Where were you when you did this?
out in the field, getting ready to run 100 metres.
What were you wearing? O'Neill's.
O'Neill shorts up to me, right?
Right.
White O'Neill shorts.
Right.
Right? I let it go and I said, lovely, I think that seemed fairly clean. Right? I think I'm okay. I ran the 100 metres run, right? And I'm not sure if I won or not. I didn't win, probably, right? And I got back in to the dressing room.
Right.
And as I was getting togged out, I looked down the back of my leg. And there was poo.
All down the back of your leg.
Dripping down the back of my leg. And I freaked out and panicked. And I just threw on my pants, right?
Right.
Now, to this day, I don't know if anyone saw it or not. But I don't think they would have. Because you know how vicious 13-year-old...
Oh, if that had been seen at all, that would have been it. You
I
wouldn't
would
be
have
the
been...
guy.
Oh, that's Kenty Shite Pants.
Yeah.
Look at Kenty Shite
Candy
Pants.
brown short.
Yeah, look at Kenty
Yeah.
Brown shorts walking
Yeah.
around the school. That could have been the end of me. Like, I would not be the fella I am today. Like, I would be socially awkward.
You're very
Like,
lucky.
I'm so lucky no one saw me shite myself. Or if he did, if anyone remembers me shite myself, send it in.
Send it in.
Tell me.
If I had any pictures of Kenny himself.
And I'm the pinnacle of confidence now in a fine young fella. And
Oh,
thank God, it
If I
could have
can
been
find
so
a,
different.
if I can find a photo of you all with O'Neill's shorts on, I will be photoshopping in the greatest addition to that photo ever.
Oh, stop. Ray, I've showed you mine. Please show me yours.
Okay.
Oh!
What's wrong, Mark?
Are you going to tell the story I think you're going to tell?
What story is that?
I can't even say it.
Well, you have to give me a hint. You look shocked. You're sitting there now with your hands over your face. Is there a story I'm not aware of?
Were you abroad when this happened?
What happened when I was abroad?
Oh, no.
Remind me here now. Maybe there's another story that we're not thinking of. What did I do when I was abroad?
There is another story that you're not thinking of.
Is there? Is it another shiting story? What was that?
I can't even talk.
Go on, remind me there now. I'm okay with that.
No, you're not, though.
I am. Try it. We can delete it anyway.
You... Okay, we can delete it anyway.
Yeah, we can delete it.
Okay, well, then let's talk off record.
This is
here.
basically, as far as we're concerned, this is off record.
Yeah, no, this has to be off record. Because this is...
Oh, this is bad. Like.
I'm on about...
This recording will never see the light of day.
Like, that's the worst one you have.
That is actually the worst one. This is actually doesn't make me feel so bad. And so, this is
At
probably
least we know there's one worse than this.
I didn't think I had one, but
I know.
it seems I do.
I know.
Okay. When you're a baby, okay,
Okay.
obviously you can't go toilet.
Yeah, you can't go through the toilet.
No, your mother and father in some situations look after your, ablutions as the day goes on.
Okay. Yeah, they
So
do.
if you dirty your pants, as a baby, as a child, there's a changing of a nappy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was no different as a kid. Many nappies was changed belonging to me.
Of course.
Now, when those nappies are being changed, is there not a, how would you put it? Is there a process in which those nappies are changed? What happens if you're changing the baby's nappy? What do you do? How do you take off the shitey nappy?
I've never changed a baby's nappy.
Surely you've seen movies.
I've seen people changing the nappy.
Yeah, so the shitey nappy gets taken off.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it gets rolled up in a ball
Yeah, and thrown away.
and thrown away.
Then obviously there's a bit of cleaning done.
Aye.
Would you be inclined to use standard toilet paper? Or would that not burn the arse of the child?
No, you can't. You have to use a baby wipe.
A baby wipe.
Yeah.
There's another alternative to that.
Okay.
Is a little stuff that comes in a pink jar and it's called Johnson's Baby Lotion.
Alright.
Are you familiar with Johnson's Baby Lotion?
I know Pitt Johnson's baby lotion.
Yeah. Before these fancy
For sure.
baby wipes came out, Johnson's Baby Lotion was the stuff.
Yeah, it was. That
Because
was the bee's
it
knees.
would turn any bit of toilet paper into the most effective baby wipe in the world.
Yeah.
Would I be right in saying that?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
to add real quality to the job as just a talcum powder.
Yeah.
Which apparently now gives you cancer. You
Does
can't
it?
use. I think I heard that.
Everything gives you cancer now.
Yeah.
Right? Don't worry
Talcum
about
powder anyway is you're not supposed to use that anymore.
Come on,
but
go away,
apparently
shite.
it would leave everything. So anyway, when I was a young man, that was the quality of arse cleaning that I was used to.
Right, okay.
And I tell you, it was grand.
Good high quality.
But at some point, the mother kind of gets you in on the potty, right?
Yeah.
And you get used to doing your own shiting.
Yeah.
And that's what you go at. Mm-hmm. And you go years doing that. And I did go years doing it. When I was in my teens, for some reason, my mother kept buying Johnson's baby lotion, even though there was no babies in the house. And I remember one day in the toilet, I said to myself, I'm going to give this a go. I remember it being very effective. So I tried a little dabble of this Johnson's baby lotion on the bit of toilet paper. And I gave me arse wipe.
Yeah.
And sure as hell.
You loved it.
Oh, it was great.
You were.
I walked out of that toilet like $1 million.
Go away.
I was feeling great.
Yeah.
So I kind of kept it up.
You got addicted.
I'm addicted to Johnson's baby lotion.
Not still.
Still?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is mental.
I love a little bit of it.
You still use Johnson's baby lotion when you're wiping your arse?
Yes.
Oh my God. Ray.
But I used to go over to my friend's house. He used to have a bidet.
I don't know how effective a bidet really is. Squirting water up your arse. Look about it.
It's better than pulling an old dry bit of toilet paper.
I don't use Johnson's baby lotion, mate. My arse.
I know a lot of people don't use it. And sometimes I get away without it.
You're addicted to Johnson's baby
I
lotion.
think I am. That's kind of sad.
I'm glad that you came to me to tell me. I'm here for you, like.
Are you though?
Yeah, for sure. We'll get you down.
Well, what do you do? Like, is there some sort of course you can go on?
Will we
is there something
off
I
it?
can come off it? Like, is it something like methadone?
Yeah, we'll wean you off
Johnson's baby lotion addict.
We'll wean you off it. Like, we'll get you down to the Nivea, right? We'll get you down to the Nivea next.
Will I be all right then? Will I?
Well, slowly but surely, Ray, we'll pull you off the Johnson's baby lotion. Everyone here at the Kenji and Raybo podcast community, we're going to get behind Ray and pull him through this addiction. I ain't going to have you wiping your arse dry in the next 6 months. And I know that seems not feasible. You probably don't see that light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't see it, no.
I will get you there, boy.
Thanks for listening.
And
Mark.
all of us will. We all will.
We'll all get behind me.
Yeah.
Literally.
We're going to get behind you. We'll all get behind Ray and one wipe at a time.
One wipe at a time, huh?
Oh, Ray.
Huh?
That's some way to finish it by. Have you had enough snow?
No, that's it. Like to thank Stephen Cahaney for his input.
That's episode 12, I think.
It's episode 12, yeah. It could be monumental or it could be just grand. You wouldn't know.
That's the risk we take every week, boy.
This is unfortunate.
Thanks a million. Keep sending us stuff.
Yeah.
Please keep sending us
I'm
stuff.
sweating
We're
here,
getting.
lads.
Should I do a shout out? I want to do one shout out if that's okay. I know we're getting loads of stuff, but there's one girl in particular I wanted to shout out.
Go on.
Niamh Cragen. Niamh is a Donegal girl living in Dublin, and she said it's great to hear the old Western accents. So Niamh, fair play to you. For both me and you, Ray.
Yeah.
You say fair play to her as well?
Fair play to her.
Fair play to her.
Fair
And
play
Ray,
to you.
Fair play to me, and
Fair play to me. Yeah, you got it right, yeah.
we'll see you all soon. Thanks a million.
Good luck.
Good luck.